You're about to learn an easy way to find and align with your cyclical feminine energy in a way that makes parenting feel easier. And it also gives you an understanding of what kind of activities feel best and when to do them. And I'm going to show you the most simplistic way to relate and remember them so that you can utilize these parenting powerhouse phases. This is part of a pillar called Mastery of Synergistic Energy, which is a pillar of my Satisfied Working Mother method that's all about helping you learn the time and the energy leaks that are costing you your bigger goals, keeping you stuck, making you feel frazzled, and creating burnout, so that you can sync with your innate feminine energy cycle and show up as the creative contributor, woman, and mom that everyone loves, including you. And it's incredibly important because most frazzled working moms are exhausted by the end of the day. Parenting feels a lot like a chore, and it feels like they can't keep up with their kids and life and all of the demands. They keep track of their cycle, but only to know when their period will start or to know when they ovulate. And when they do that, they're missing out on the natural God-given help of the ebb and the flow, the good and the changes that it brings. It feels challenging to do even the most daily tasks, and that may be exactly what you're doing right now. But this video will fix that so you can go from the frazzled working supermom to the working satisfied supermom. So let's begin. Your cycle is made of 4 phases. It's not important to have an in-depth understanding to all of the hormones to utilize this synergy. If you don't flow, hormone replacement, birth control, IUD, I suggest that you just work as close to your flow as possible. But just because your cycle is altered doesn't mean that you aren't woman, and your body knows. If you are void of your monthly flow, you can always follow the moon cycle. It's also 28 days and it has 4 phases. The moon affects the tides and the waters on our planet, and you are about 60% water. Because of the hormone changes in your body and the way that they also affect your brain, you naturally have some superpowers that are built into your life and in your cycle. So I'll explain these 4 phases and I'll help you to understand the productive cycle of each phase, but I'll do it in a way that you can remember, understand, and relate to, because they are so similar or mimicked in relation to the 4 earthly seasons. I'm going to give you a few ways to utilize this strength with your parenting and your child relationships. So your first phase begins at the bleed end, called a period because it comes last or at the end. So this phase is a beginning. It's the follicular phase and it has a feeling like spring. The beginning of the moon cycle is the waxing moon, so it's on its way to full. This is a great time to focus on creating new ideas and bringing new things forward. So think of curiosity, breaking routine, planning your family calendar, going somewhere new, planning meals for the month. This is a great time, making new recipes. Your second phase is ovulation. This is peak season, your fertile window. The fertile window of the earth, when the growth is in full swing, is summer, and the moon is full. Estrogen boosts synaptic connections within the hippocampus, the memory and the emotion center of the brain. So this increases sharpness in your verbal and your social skills. It improves your social centers, especially your verbal communication. Think of this as your nurture and play season. Family barbecues, cousins, play dates, mom outings with other kids, storytelling, one-on-one dates with the kids, spontaneous baking. This is a great time for an emotional check-in. Is there anything that they want to talk about?
Excuse the pop-in, but I have something I need to tell you about. I'm hosting an online masterclass teaching women how to align their actions and their energy with their innate feminine cyclical energy and how to use it in easy daily actions that align with their cycle in relationships, work, and parenting. So this is for you if you feel like there isn't enough energy to do it all, if you feel like you're shortchanging your kids, if you'd like to know these specific patterns for work and when to use them to be the most productive, and real life ways to use this in your relationship so that you can show up as the best you in whatever you do by utilizing the phase of the cycle that you're in. This also includes you as a woman if your cycle is altered, void, or irregular. Just because your cycle is altered does not mean that you are not woman. Just like the moon on a cloudy night, it's still there, even though you can't see it. So in this bit of a community disconnected world that we're in right now, I'm teaching this masterclass live on 3 different days at 3 different times to accommodate a variety of schedules. I will link below to the registration page with all of the details, so check that out. Okay, back to your video.
Your third phase, it begins at the end of ovulation, and this phase is called the luteal phase. This is when the moon is decreasing from full, and it's called a waning moon. Since most of your 28-day cycles, you'll not have a fertilized egg, and so without the fertilized egg, your body starts to wrap up and to prepare for the next phase, which would be winter. So this season of wrap up is the fall of your cycle. Your ratio of estrogen to progesterone make you notice things around that you haven't seen maybe before all month. And as a result, your brain begins to prioritize detail-driven responsibilities that maybe you have ignored. You'll have a strong desire to do things in order. Honor that. Honor the detailed brain. Think of this as a collaboration. Checklist, supermoms, kids checking off chores, especially the domestic ones that long need to be done. This is a great time to get organized. Quarterly going through kids' closet, what clothes do they need for the seasons, like all of those deep projects and the deep dusting. Your fourth and final phase is, of course, the die-off or menses. You know this one well. This is when the moon also starts again, called a new moon. As the die-off in your cycle, as in winter, we're driven inside. So this is a great time to go inside and make those big decisions. Think of it as individuation, time alone. Put your partner on kid bedtime routine. Relax, take a bath. More sleep, please. Low hormones leave low energy. Kids need time alone without you. I know, Mom. Be alone together, things like reading. Your intuition is peak. Is there something going on with your kids right now? Embrace these 4 phases. Keep track. Keeping track of your cycle for the energy that it offers, not just period and ovulation. Tune into the natural God-given help, the ebb and the flow, the good and the changes that it brings in energy in a way that makes parenting feel easier. But you still have to know how best to care for yourself during these seasons. And I don't mean the buzz of self-care. That's why you should grab my energy cheat sheet below on the link around this video. If you want to learn more, you can visit my website, coachbigelow.com. If you like this video, like it. If you saw value, please share it with a friend. You can do that privately or publicly. Take care of you so that you can take care of everyone else. Bye for now.